Hi guys, it's Allison with your monthly Young Entrepreneur interview. We recently interviewed Kate from Sophistikate. It's an upscale clothing boutique in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. What Kate was so interested in and why I was so interested in interviewing her was because she just opened her boutique. So this interview is a little bit different, and she really gave us a lot of good feedback on how she markets her new boutique, how she does advertising, and really how she gets her name out there. And some of the things that I thought were interesting were the way that she does this through events. She's a lot of events in her clothing boutique, so people can come, relax, talk to people, meet with people, and also, you know, look at all the clothing that she has, clothing, purses, jewelry, accessories. Another great way that she gets her name out is actually word of mouth. And also she uses her family and friends for a lot of marketing, advertising. She has a lot of really talented friends in the design business, so they can really help her with a lot of stuff. And it's very inexpensive, and she gets to work with her family and friends. So let's take a look at what Kate has to say. And please, while you're listening to this interview, don't forget that if you want to become a young entrepreneur and if you want to start your own business, make sure you ask your family and friends for help. So let's see what Kate has to say. So Kate, how did you start this business? Did you go to college first? How did you kind of get the dream to start a business?
I did go to college. I went to St. Joe's University for 3 years. I had actually been at Fairfield University for a year and transferred over. And while I was there, I worked for Nicole Miller, Philadelphia, and that's kind of where I got my knack for fashion, learning the ins and outs of the business under Mary Kay Dougherty, who's the owner of the Nicole Miller Philadelphia stores.
Okay. And what was your degree in college? Did you study this?
No, I didn't. My degree was actually in pharmaceutical marketing, which is a complete opposite side of the spectrum. But,
okay.
Yeah, but it definitely can apply a lot of the marketing tools that I learned in college to this industry as well.
Okay. So what is your advice for an aspiring young entrepreneur?
Basically follow your dreams. Really, the sky's the limit. If you put your heart and your mind into it, it can happen. And I don't know, it happened for me. I'm excited to be living my dream right now. So.
Good.
I encourage everybody to do the same.
Good. And what top skills do you think are needed to be a young entrepreneur? Are there any specifics that kind of stick out? I
think you need to be very open to challenges. I know that that's one of the things that I thrive on is a challenge. Otherwise, I'm pretty much bored and, you know, what's the point of leading that kind of lifestyle? Okay. I think you also need to be a good speaker, and you need to be very outgoing and just open to anything.
So going back to the challenges, do you think one of the challenges is how much time it takes to start a business? Like how many hours do you work? Do you have a life?
I try to have a life. I try to incorporate my life into the business. So I do probably work, I don't know, a minimum of 8 hours a day on the business. And I mean, the one day we were actually counting, it was like 16 hours I put in that day. Wow. But again, if it's something that you can really incorporate into your lifestyle, it doesn't seem like work. It's fun and it's exciting, and it just becomes a part of your life.
And what do you think is your most satisfying achievement? Is it just opening up the store, or what do you think is that?
I think it's just being happy. I mean, I'm finally happy with what I'm doing, and I think that's something that I was really striving for in the beginning. I wasn't quite, you know, happy with other aspirations or career, you know, opportunities, and I decided, you know, I want to do something that I really love to do and want to make a career in. So I would say that that's probably my biggest achievement, is being happy.
Now, how did you get everything funded here at this store?
Everything was funded. 30% was from myself and my family. Another about 30% was from Univest, which is a local bank. They're really great. A lot of support from them, and then also the city helped out with a Fred loan. So,
they did? Okay.
Yeah, so it was a great collaboration between the three of us, and now we have a store.
And what is your biggest fear of opening the store?
I guess being successful and making sure that my career is, you know, in line with what the market, you know, has to offer, and hoping that the customers, you know, feel the same way that I do about what I'm doing.
So what is your favorite aspect of being a young entrepreneur? Is it meeting the people? Is it fulfilling your dream? What's your favorite aspect?
It's everything. It's really mixing in, you know, there's certain aspects of the business that I enjoy, like the visual merchandising and the buying. But then it's also, again, you meet so many people, and that's exciting in itself. I mean, I think one of the other exciting things is that every day's different. It's you know, you're not going to live the same day over and over and over again. So it's cool to experience that.
So Kate, you said that you buy everything, right? So what's your inspiration for buying things? How can you just go online and be like, all right, I want 50 of those, 20 of those? What do you think about before you do all this?
Well, we actually don't go online at all.
You don't? Okay.
I'm a big believer in going to market and feeling the material and being there with the rep, because the rep is really the most knowledgeable person about the brand.
Right.
So if she can sell me, then
you're good.
Then we're pretty much got a deal. But it's really about the fabrics and the makes, the fits, and then it's also about the brand name and the image. I want to make sure that all the brands in the store have a collectively like a good, strong image. And even some newer brands, some that are up and coming, give them a try and see how they are. But for the most part, I mean, it's all about what it's made of, sometimes where it's made.
Yeah.
Again, I would love to keep all my merchandise within the U.S., except for Italian leather bags.
Oh, right, obviously. So what markets, like where do you go for the markets? Do you go to New York a lot, or?
Go to New York. I also have a woman that does jewelry for me, Matilda's Attic. She actually goes to auctions and she buys antique goods.
Oh, okay.
So she does a lot of really cool jewelry. I just had her do a buy for like flapper necklaces.
Oh, cool.
So they're all from the 20s. They're real, and they're one of a kind, very unique pieces.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And do you think you have a lot of struggles being a young entrepreneur? Like, what are your main struggles?
I say it's the work-life balance. I mean, right now I'm trying to juggle, you know, I don't know, family life with work, and sometimes one's got to give, and they're both important right now. So I would say that's probably my biggest challenge.
That's what we've talked to a lot of young entrepreneurs, and that's what they say their worst issue is right now. You know,
really
time, relationships.
Shutting down the laptop at night is really hard for me.
Turning off your BlackBerry.
Turning off the phone. Yeah.
And what do you think, how can you define success?
Again, I think it's by what makes you happy. It's really what's important to you, and at the end of the day, you know, you need to be happy with yourself and not care what everybody else thinks. So I think that's what defines success for me.
So where do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? Where do you see yourself next year?
Hopefully we're still here. That would be a problem if we weren't. But I don't know, just having a family and enjoying life, and maybe having another store or a couple other ventures. I don't know, it's funny how things happen, and things always, I'm a believer in things happen for a reason. Opportunities pop up here and there, and as much as you want to plan things, you can't plan life. It just kind of happens. So kind of just got to roll with the punches and hope everything goes well.
Go from there. Now I wanted to talk, I know you just opened. You opened when, last weekend?
Last Friday.
Last Friday, okay. And how was that, walk through your day last Friday? Trying to plan for the grand opening and then having it. How was that?
Well, again, it was a lot of planning. Last Friday started at like 5 in the morning for me, and just in the store, you know, crossing my T's, dotting my I's with everything, the merchandise, the people, the vendors, the customers that were coming in that evening, the auction items, and getting my hair done. Getting changed, and then just having a great time. So.
I know you said it was very successful.
It was really successful. We raised $1,150 for the charity that was involved.
Oh, great.
It was a charity for the Hillside School Scholarship Fund, which was, it was really nice to see that people were more than generous to come out and help the cause.
And I think nowadays, I think it's more like people helping people. How can you help me for me to help you kind of thing? Because I know the economy is a little bit tough.
Definitely. It's all about building the relationships, and that's really, I think, what makes a business what it is getting to know other people and seeing how we can all work together to make, you know, even the main street better and business better.
Now, did you think about putting off your opening a little bit until the economy got a little bit better, or did you even have that as a consideration?
You know, I've been planning this for about 2 years, so I was watching the markets, I was watching a lot of the retail stocks. There's actually a newspaper directed specifically towards retail, which is Women's Wear Daily, and just, you kind of just gotta feel things out and plan, but at the same time, you have to be a little bit cautious.
Right.
But no, I didn't really, I mean, about a year before, when the recession was the worst, then I was a little nervous, but I said, you know what, we're gonna rebound in a year, we'll be fine. So as we got closer and closer, and kept planning a little bit here and there, things kind of fell into place, and I think we're in a good position now, and I think we have a niche market in our store, so I'm not too worried about it.
Good.
I think we just need to know how to clientele and offer the customers whatever we can to make
and who your target audience is and everything
exactly.
like that.
Exactly.
Very cool. Well, if you guys have any questions or would like to check out Sophistikate, you can go to sophistikatebethlehem.com. You can also check them out on Facebook, and you just search Sophistikate Bethlehem, or you could even follow them on Twitter at SK Bethlehem. So Kate, thank you so much. Good luck. And hopefully we'll be interviewing you next year and see, the bigger store, the more, the more merchandise. So thank you very much.
Thanks,
and good luck.
Allison.